What's up, guys? I bet you haven't heard this voice in a while. Yeah, it's Chad, and unfortunately this is my gun collection. Don't own firearms. But this is what is left of my balisong collection. A long-awaited video of mine, and I did sell the Benchmade 51 to a good friend of mine. He was showing an interest in flipping, and he went through a Baron Sons balisong, and I suggested selling mine since I don't use it, or didn't use it, rather, past tense. But that's not what the video is about. This video is about that one right there, that knife. The Pandayan, the centerpiece of my balisong collection. This is the one thing that will always stay constant. Where'd the case go? I don't know. Anyway, like I said, it's about the Pandayan. This is a custom balisong made by a man named Armand Palacio in the Philippines. You go to his website at palacio.ph. I contacted him via email. I went to this little, on the left side I believe, there's this little hammer and anvil picture that you click on, and it says build your own balisong, and it gives you a little PDF, chart of different blade profiles, different handle profiles, and length options. There might be different materials available, but fuck that. I didn't want that. I knew what I wanted. I wanted a Weehawk Tanto style blade and the 42-esque handles, because that's what looked great to me. This is going to be a review from a flipper's perspective, because I don't EDC balisongs. Those are just kind of inconvenient to carry, and besides, folder is much better and less frowned upon, depending on the crowd you're in. I used to carry a balisong. That was stupid of me. I was very blatant about it too. I can't believe I didn't get called on it. And as you can see, the screws are different shapes. This rounded one over here is what came with it originally. That one I put in, it came from a hard drive or some computer part that I found in my dad's basement. But as most of my stories go, I was stupid, and when I first bought it, I Loctited it. Bad idea for me anyway. I didn't know how to use Loctite at the time. And I Loctited it too tight. And then I used the wrong sized bit to try to undo it after the Loctite was in, and I stripped the screw, fucked it up, and I ended up losing a washer even. And so for a while it was just chilling in my little toolbox where I keep all my knives. And I bought pieces and screws and extra washers, and the washers are all different sizes. Oh, actually I have those with me in this little case that disappeared. Yeah, those are ones I took out, that's why they're all brown, but phosphorus bronze washers are kind of coppery colored. And then those are the flat topped screws there, are what I took from my dad's computer thing that he's got in the basement. The round ones I bought from knifekits.com or something. I googled knife parts, and they didn't fit. The mushroom part, the head, I guess, wasn't wide enough, so it didn't catch on the handle to squeeze it down. They just went right through. And yeah, so for a while it just chilled out in my toolbox until I found those, which, they're not the best quality, but they fit. And like I said, this is just for me. I don't care how it looks or if the value is damaged. Speaking of Loctite, I don't even Loctite it anymore, because I believe I weighed it at about 12 ounces. It's a very heavy balisong. Just 303 stainless, channel styled handles, and then 1095 blade. It's a fucking heavy knife. So I just, whenever I'm flipping, I always have this Torx bit. It's a T8 around, and yeah, just so I can tighten it back up once it gets loose. The tolerances are pretty good, or blade play, yeah, tolerances pretty good as far as the handle play goes, but the latch, Armand Palacio makes knives that are built for lasting forever and actually everyday use. That's what he's known for, not really flipping. I kind of knew that when I got into it, but the tolerances on the latch are such that, as you can see, the back handles don't really touch, so you really have to squeeze those together to latch it open. But when it's closed, when I'm flipping, I would just close it real hard, and then it would just latch itself up, which would get in the way of the flow. It would put a kink in the hose, I guess you could say it. So I just taped it up so it doesn't get in the way. Speaking of flipping, like I said, flipper's point of view, I flipped this. Things that also bugged me about it, which no knock against him, like, it wasn't built for flipping, but I kind of modified it already, I guess. These, the tang cups are very abrupt, deep, I guess, and the tang wing, I want to call it. I'm probably going to feel stupid and look up the real name later, but it, like for the twirl, for example, I would have it right up, my finger right up in the tang, and it would come down, and the skin from my finger would get, you know, kind of caught up in the tang cup, and then guillotine chopped, so to speak, by the wing. So that would leave all sorts of nasty gouges out of my finger. I haven't been flipping lately because it's, you know, the week before finals. I've been studying up, but otherwise you'd be able to see all the gouges out of my finger. What else do I have to say about it? It was about $350. I ordered it maybe about this time a few years ago, I want to say. And it got here on my birthday in August. So it took a while, but hey, I'm happy with it. This is just beautiful. I love it. When I got it, it was in a DVD case actually, and they had to send it in separate parts. Like I got the handles first, and then I got the blade on my birthday. And there was a couple weeks in between. Like to Full Customs, they called it like tools or something, and sent it separately. And what? Shit, lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, when I got the blade, there was some corrosion, some orangey, bronze-looking corrosion on the blade. I mostly got it all out. Actually, I got it all out, but what you're seeing on there is blood. Because, yeah, it's a sharp blade, heavy balisong. It's not all that sharp. But, 1095 steel. I read somewhere that he gets the 1095 steel from leaf springs that he gets recycles from cars. Whether they're heat treated right or not, I mean, I don't really care all that much. Like I said, it's a flipping review. I don't really care all too much how sharp my balisong is, because to me it's a toy. It's a fidget. And yeah, I mean, it's almost impossible to put an edge on it, so it's got to be pretty hard. I don't Loctite it anymore because I already fucked it up. So I always have this nearby when I'm flipping it. And how I do that is I take the tang wing and I bring it up like that. I tighten the screw until the blade doesn't move at all. And then I take my thumb away and I slowly loosen it until it falls. And I get it nice and tight, but not too tight. Throw some tri-flow on it and it glides. Yeah, back onto what I don't like about it. I'm gonna, like I said, this knife is gonna be mine forever, the centerpiece of my collection that, you know, maybe I'll give to my children. I don't know. It might not be worthy. We'll see. But just what I'm hopefully gonna do this week, or probably next week because it is finals week, is I'm going to shave down at least that wing until it's flush, so it's just going to be a solid line all the way across. Maybe I'll change the slope of the tang cups a little bit more. We'll see. I mean, you can probably just take a curved file and hit it a few times, but I'm not going to change the depth. Excuse me. I'm just going to change the, like I said, slope, because they come down very sharp. I'm going to make it more gradual. That's just what I want to do. I want to take care of the latch. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. I'm going to play around with the idea. It's not at the top of my priorities because it's out of the way. It's taped up. It's also pinned in. The only thing that's pinned in. I don't know. Then another thing that I want to do that it'll displace the weight a little bit is I want to countersink these larger holes, going from the deepest all the way over here and getting shallower And I'm not going to countersink these last ones because I'm going to press fit a brass cylinder into them to add more weight at the end of the handles, because most of my flipping style, if you haven't seen it before, is mostly like rollover type tricks. So, and that's about all I got. Well, I might change, I might put a bushing system in here, which I don't know if I have enough time actually to explain what a bushing system is. I'll make a different video about it, just like I'll make another video on the Spiderfly and regarding whether or not I'm going to keep that, because, I mean, as much as I think the Spiderfly is a cool piece of hardware, I feel like someone else would enjoy it more than I, and like, I'm more of a flipper. I'm not quite a collector. That's why I don't have as many knives as Logan. So I'm thinking of either selling it or trading it for another balisong that, you know, kind of collectible balisong. Anyway, I'm gonna do this modification at some point within the next 2 weeks, maybe. We'll see. And yeah, that's about all I got to say about that. Good seeing you guys again. This is new and improved Hydra 572, or Chad Logan, or Logan Chad. Stay tuned for more of the same.